biggest in UFC history.
As this fight gets
just like you said, Joe, he's doing a great.
I think that there is rich pickings for some carpetbaggers like us.
Every lifelong gamer has nostalgic games from their childhood with glitches, cheats, and exploits that they look back on fondly. The Halo series is no exception, and some of fans' best memories in Halo are from features that the game developers did not intentionally put there. Halo 2 is filled with glitches, from BXR to sword canceling, but super bouncing is one of the most fun and discussed glitches in the community. Here's a brief history of the notorious super bounce glitch that injected the Halo community with laughs, but at times, frustration.
Really awaited video games finally goes on sale.
Halo 2 was released in 2004. Developed by Bungie and published by Microsoft Game Studios, it is commonly held as one of the best games in the extensive Halo series. Split-screen multiplayer and an in-depth online matchmaking and ranking system were just some of the game's features that made it stand out from the crowd. Just a couple years after the launch of Xbox Live, Halo 2's matchmaking was often plagued with cheaters and exploits. Some of them by hacking the Xbox hardware, others just by using bugs built into the game. Super bouncing is a glitch that allows players to launch high into the air and sometimes get to places on the map that weren't designed to be accessed. This is done by crouching in certain corners that prevent you from standing upright, then jumping on the visual seams of the map. The geometry of the terrain at these intersections allows the player to slip slightly below the surface. The game engine then detects and corrects this by applying an impulse, launching the player into the air, sometimes at immense heights. Multiple bounces can sometimes be chained together, creating double or even triple jumps. Gamers are often known for their fanaticism, getting to know the game better than the creators themselves. The hugely successful Halo 2 was no exception, and super bounces were discovered in obscure locations through many different maps. In custom games, super bounces were a source of fun, but in matchmaking, they could provide unfair advantages for players now able to rain fire from above onto unsuspecting enemies. It's still a mystery who first discovered this bug, but it's clear it took major trial and error and a lot of free time. Whoever began crouching in random corners first, we may never know why they had this strange desire. Super bounces are part of the game engine, and this meant that Bungie was never able to patch or remove them from the original Halo 2. However, the Halo 2 Windows Vista PC port and later Halo 2 on the Master Chief Collection did remove some of the bounces, despite promises from 343 Industries before MCC's launch.
The thing you went for was the double jump. In fact, you asked me before you even went in if you're going to be able to do it. We still do have the original maps on the original engine in the game, and you'll absolutely be able to do them there.
There are a few theories about why the bounces no longer work in the same way. It seems that the higher 60 frames per second rate enables the game to calculate the location of the player twice as fast compared to the original Halo 2 at 30 FPS. This makes it much harder to generate the impulse. Some players have been able to recreate lower height jumps onto super bounces, but at much lower frequencies of success than they were in the original Halo 2. Super bounces from greater heights, like Ascension's bounce from the small tower, are still able to be performed, and it seems this might be from the higher velocity the player is able to generate before hitting the scene. With this week's May 2020 launch of Halo 2 on Master Chief Collection for PC, we can only hope that the bounces we have left are maintained during the port. Button combos to cancel animations, exploits to get out of campaign and multiplayer maps, tank jumping, and super bouncing are just some of the many glitches fans were able to create memories with in Halo 2. Glitches that impact gameplay to this extent aren't quite as common in today's most popular games. What are your thoughts on in-game glitches of the past? Do they detract from competition, or do you look back on these glitches fondly and wish the more recent Halos had a little more character? Let us know in the comments and hit subscribe for more Halo content. Also, drop a follow on Twitch for live games and podcasts.